All right, beautiful people. So today we're talking about how can we divide fractions. We're going to do more clear notes today. So on Friday, what we did was just look at how you divide fractions, and Khan did us an example. So today we're going to talk about how do we divide fractions. So the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about what a reciprocal is. Reciprocal. I'm going to say that a few more times. Reciprocal. Reciprocal. Okay, break it down into pieces if you need to in order to say it. Reciprocal. Reciprocal. Okay, and the reciprocal of something is when you flip it. So like if you have a fraction that's like 1/2, you flip it over and it becomes 2/1. Or if you have a fraction like 3/5, you flip it and it becomes 5/3. Okay? Okay, reciprocal is a flipped version of a number. And then let's do an example. Example. If I have 2/3, the reciprocal is 3/2. Okay, and the cool thing is, not only is 3/2 the reciprocal of 2/3, but if I started with 3/2, the reciprocal would be 2/3. So these are reciprocals. Reciprocals. Okay, notice the 2 in the numerator became a denominator, and the 3 in the denominator became a numerator. All right, how about 1/7? Now this one's going to be interesting. If I have 1/7, then it's reciprocal. So I'm going to flip them around so that the 7 is in the numerator and the 1 is in the denominator, which actually means that 1/7 and 7, the whole number 7, are reciprocals. Okay. Which can go backwards too. So if you have like the number 5 or something, I know that 5 is actually the number 5/1. There's a little hidden over 1. Remember, because we talked about this when we did fraction multiplication, which means its reciprocal is 1/5. These are reciprocals. Okay, so all you're doing is just flipping them over a fraction bar, okay? So the reason why I talk about reciprocals is because when we do fraction division, we do what's called keep, change, flip, right? We do keep, change, flip. Okay, and I just want you to have the vocab here for what a reciprocal is, because when we flip that second fraction, we're using reciprocals. Okay, so keep, change, flip. So then let's do an example of fraction division here. So I'm going to start with 2/3 divided by 1/2. Okay, so we're going to keep, change, flip. So we're going to keep the first fraction. It's going to stay 2/3. 2/3. We're going to change the division into multiplication, and then we're going to flip or use the reciprocal of the second fraction. So when I flip that 1/2 to become 2/1, these are reciprocals. 1/2 and 2/1 are reciprocals. 1/2 and 2/1 are reciprocals. Okay, so when you're flipping, you're just using a reciprocal. All right, and then we can multiply straight across just like we're used to doing. So I do 2 times 2, which is 4, and 3 times 1, which is 3. So 4/3 is an answer. But wait, notice the number in the numerator is bigger than the number in the denominator. So this is an improper fraction, which means we've got to do some fraction division in order, or some division in order to write it as a mixed number. So I put 4 on the inside and 3 on the outside. 3 goes into 4 one time, and I subtract 3. I have 1 left over. I remember the top number is the whole number, and the remainder is the numerator. Okay, so I have 1 whole and 1/3. Okay, so 4/3 is the same as 1 whole and 1/3. These are equivalent fractions. They're exactly the same. If you kept it as 4/3, that's great, but I do want you to try and write it as the mixed number. All right.